Hello, I'm Kidde, and the first poem I'm going to read is part of this bias program, and it's called Waiting Table in the Caribbean. Jasmine grew up over there in the sunlit valley of that slow mountain that lies long on this prowling beast, the sea. Marshmallow roses spring up in those jungle island hills. Her father is long gone, just up and drowned, poor scrawny guy. And her mother died last year, stoic, feisty, warm. Her dapper Jim has cut out too, on some tramped trawler going somewhere. They had planned to make her seaside shack a coffee shop. She serves the champagne breakfast at this 3-star beach resort across that old surprise, the ocean, on this island that reflects her own. She rarely looks across the innocent, brutal waves. She isn't letting on that her back pains from these trays or that her rent is overdue 3 weeks. One of the guests from New York, in his Ralph Lauren shirt, his orange shoes, beats a drum on the table with his knife. He's been waiting for his coffee half an hour, God damn it. Jasmine heads for the kitchen yet again. The cook was late, not she. She does look over this time to her island, through the gnarled old grape tree, past the throbbing secret water. Lilac now. She tries in vain to think Jim home. If she started up that shop herself, the coffee would be on time. She brings the now brewed coffee to the man, who claps. She once more turns a wince into a gracious memory of her smile. And then I'd like to read to you one called Summer Cottages After Labor Day. This was published by Oberon magazine, and it came out in Tammy Morgan's North Sea anthology here. Summer Cottages After Labor Day. I slip with morning down the lane. My bike knows all the ruts. I think that someone calls from near the bay, where white gold lights are bouncing on the water. The blue spruce my late father planted, that he let me choose, have turned into a grove. Montauk daisies, weeds. I sit on the long gray bench. The peppered trees proclaim passion red again. The shingled house, dark shuttered, stays embedded in the land across the bay. My cousins, who left late in summer, seem to be around. A seagull cries a lit white song about my brother's boat. He died not so long ago. My father's mother, gone for over 4 decades, is here again behind that cottage window, delighted by the children, taking someone's hand, moving with the light. Only my father is not home for the easy talk we never had. And here's a recent one. The news from this village, late March. Just in. The news out here is that I wake up in the moon. A report has it that we might be in for partly sunny, milder. Could it clear? Breaking news. The cops just had to herd a swan who seemed reluctant out of the Rite Aid parking lot and back into the bay. And this, our cat nearly got the squirrel who sleeps in the attic at night. Had him treed in a bush. But then the squirrel made a giant far-out leap and a real stand-out end run. I can verify both those reports. Another cat, the local paper notes, brought in a rabbit, rare, alive, and well. A major issue here is where are the best scones? Our expert panel will address this over breakfast. Our armchair politicians will advise the government from the coffee shop at noon. At night, back to the moon. Nothing much is really going on, except the opening of jonquils and forsythia. And this one was brought out by the Long Island Quarterly. It's called The Happiest Day. The first happiest day was some kind of wild dream fall of love, a surprise of ecstasy while you were walking along the city river, hoping and afraid. Or perhaps an honor you somehow won, with the boom of a marching band in the wings. The next happiest day goes something like this. It's an April light green afternoon. You are reading in the yard where you can see the bay, quiet with your good friend on the island. Soft boughs of cherries, wafts of flowering pear in white, have been floating around in the morning. You put your face in the giving satin of the cat, and she smells of new grass, salt sky, sun. Hey, wait! Was that the happiest day? Here's Lingering for my cousins Louise and Bob, which won the East End Arts Council Prize last spring. Lingering. Both boats move out, slow like swans, onto the evening, slicing through blue-silver water, heading for the Sundance that is the open bay. Ice laps inside the plastic cups of wine. Last week's Stilton cheese still tastes of cream. We drift the wind-warm channel, a doe, 2 fawns, are grazing soft ripe greens on shore. A heron rises out of high tide into stark September light. The sky goes vast, goes crimson wild. The pleasure is so sure, no one is laughing. We navigate the long, late afternoon of nearly 80 years, but we can't see beyond the end of summer in each other's eyes. And then I'd like to read one that Oberon just took, called the magazine Oberon, on reflection. The bay is still as dawn, is gray, is blue. The first slight morning wind stirs tiny hills of waves, tripping notes of light. One gull, a little dolphin of the air, pumps up to swim in space, his wings lit through. 2 swans ride on in long white grace, carving water to a music only they can hear. When the bay is quiet, it listens to the light, only then gives back just as they are, the standing trees, the bending flaxen reeds, the sky. And here's one set in Ireland, which is coming out in Tammy Morgan's North Sea anthology, at Roscommon Abbey. Here it is, just around the corner of the hedge. A church in ruins rises monumental up, proclaiming ancient Ireland, out here in this sun today. A close companion by the northern wall, a yew tree climbs. Monks worshipped 700 years ago within these soft gray broken stones. Adore life surely, paining cold in winter. Below the choir lie the bones of the last high king of Connacht, founder of the abbey. An effigy in stone portrays him. His left arm folds across his chest, his face gone blank. His body is draped long, extends to where his feet are cradled by his little dog. Beneath him on the slab, 7 dwarf-like men in mail stand guard, swords drawn at the ready. Above the king, a single branch of leaves in stone grows the wall. The grand arched window of the west facade is air. A long green span away, the regal window of the east facade is space, white clouds on blue. The floor is summer grass. The roof, most of the nave, are sky. The king is facing east. All this openness has left more room here for his God. One more. Here we go with On the Brink of Evening, coming out with the North Sea anthology. Everyone has quit the beach for home. You, sunbathers, swimmers, those who read. One kid has left his board that lies inert just past this reaching glide of surf. In the west, clouds slowly turn to passion. A seagull contemplates the gone white waves, then lifts off, leaving me alone. There is a spill of sun, a glory on the sea, that runs along this staying sand as it funnels down the shore. And the light is firing crystals on the dunes, all the distance long. Some heat stays the ebbing afternoon, a memory of day. I am made mellow as The whole sky now grows ardent, dying. And yet, I miss the antic boy who manned that board. But more I miss you who forgot the towel that lies here vacant next to mine. Thank you. Thanks again.